So if you observe closely, almost every tech product falls into one of these three categories: the flagships, flagship killers, and the fallbacks. So today, we are not reviewing any tech gadgets or phones here. We are trying to figure out which one of it deserves to be called the flagship killer, and the fallbacks in Sony's APS-C hybrid lineup. And trust me, the answer is not as obvious as you think. So let's start with the toughest decision of all, the flagship. This category is surprisingly difficult for me because Sony's APS-C hybrid lineup is packed up with some absolutely amazing cameras. This lineup includes cameras like A6400, A6500, 6600, and the newest of all, A6700. And if you ask me, all these cameras are like the best APS-C cameras ever because they offer some of the most amazing specs for both photography and videography altogether. But if I had to just pick one among them all, I would actually choose the Sony A6700. And without turning this video into another 20-minute spec sheet comparison, let me just tell you exactly why. And just because I removed the A6400 and A6500, it does not mean they are bad cameras. I actually removed them because I personally got tired of carrying those spare batteries with me like Tic Tacs in my pocket when I use those cameras. Trust me, it's a nightmare during long photo shoots. Now that leaves us with the A6600 and the A6700. The A6600 came incredibly close to this. But in the end, it misses two things that I believe are worth paying for today. And those are AI-powered autofocus and 10-bit video recording. Those are really helpful if you are into high-speed photo snaps and color grading. And since the A6700 gives you all of that in a single package, I have chosen this as the flagship level hybrid camera from Sony APS-C. If money wasn't a concern, this is the one I would buy. Now let's talk about the flagship killer. So in general, a flagship killer is a product that gets you as close as possible to the flagship, but at much lower price tag. And if we ignore the current market prices for a moment, I think we already have the perfect flagship killer. So any guesses here? Yeah, it's the Sony A6600. I would say it gives you almost 80 to 90% of what Sony A6700 offers. And that is exactly why it used to be priced much closer to Sony A6700. In fact, until March, my pick for the flagship killer was actually the Sony A6400. But then, something has changed. I honestly don't know why. Maybe like Sony is clearing inventory, or maybe it is just marketing demand. Today, the Sony A6600 is selling much closer to Sony A6400 rather than the Sony A6700. And that completely changes the value equation here. At its current price tag, the Sony A6600 is without a doubt the best flagship killer in the market. Now, if these prices go back to normal in the future, then my pick immediately shifts back to Sony A6400. Because apart from the smaller battery and the lack of IBIS, it gets you incredibly close to what Sony A6600 offers. So at last, we are in the fallback zone. And truth to be told, even for this, there are quite a few options too. But I would actually choose the Sony A6000. And no, it is not because it is the cheapest one. I have chosen this because photography is like one of those hobbies that slowly pulls you into a rabbit hole. And ironically, some people might even enter into it after watching movies like Wake Up Sid, 96, or even 3 Idiots. So when you buy a camera, you don't just buy a camera body and stop it there. Soon you'll want to buy a better lens, then an ND filter, a tripod, extra batteries, memory cards, microphone, and even lighting too. And before you know it, you'll spend half of your savings in just minutes. So before making that kind of investment, I think everyone deserves a camera that lets you experience photography without burning a hole into your pockets. And this is exactly what this camera offers. So even after more than a decade, this is still capable of producing fantastic images. And also, it still has a huge community behind it. And apart from all that, it will also tell you one important thing here. So any guesses? Yeah, it's that $1 million question. Is photography really the hobby for you? And if the answer is yes, then upgrading later becomes an exciting journey. If the answer is no, you'll walk away without losing a fortune. And that is exactly why the Sony a6000 is my fallback. So yeah, that's my list here. So do you agree with this? If not, let me know your picks in the comment section. We will settle things after a friendly debate. I mean, who knows? You might even change my mind as well. So after this, I'll be doing the exact same thing for Sony's video-centric APS-C cameras. So if you are into buying things smarter instead of just buying expensive, consider subscribing to my channel. More of videos like this are coming soon. So I'll see you in the next one.